Hello everyone, I'm NTom64, and welcome to the HellfireComms playthrough of Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. Had a bit of a kerfuffle trying to figure out which of these we should cover, because, much like with Sly Cooper, I said we'd do one Jak game and one Ratchet game. So I put it up to a poll on, the HFC Facebook and Twitter, and this one won kind of resoundingly, honestly. I wanted to do 3, but, it's not about what I want, it's not about what NTom wants. If I wanted to do what I wanted, I would have just done 3, because I feel it's kind of the perfect balance between 1's platforming and 2's gunplay. 2 is my least favourite, by the way, but I'm rambling now. I should introduce the person I'm doing this commentary with. He has been a great help to us on Twitter, as being HFC of course, and also he helped provide a few playthroughs for our non-commentary channels, HF Playthroughs and Hellfire Playthroughs, is the one, the only Chaff X Grenade.
Hey Tom, hello internet, how is everyone?
I'm doing fine, how are you doing, mate?
I'm doing quite alright. So yeah, Jak and Daxter, Precursor Legacy. It's, I hope you like collectathons, cause boy, are we in for it.
Oh, I actually really like collectathons. It's probably my favourite genre of platformer.
Yes, it's fun to just kind of run around, collect stuff. It's a good feeling of, hey, there's a thing to do, just get all the things,
Yeah, there's like a fine balance though, because, take Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie, for example. Kazooie, I felt, was very tightly designed, but I never felt like I was like, ugh, I gotta collect this shit and blah blah blah. And then in Tooie, which is still a fine game, there was just a bit too much spread across worlds that were far too big for their own good, I thought.
Well, sadly, I've never played the Banjo games because I didn't have an N64 growing up, so I missed out on that part. So for me, it was all about, Crash and Spyro.
Oh, hell yeah. You're a PlayStation lad by nature, really, aren't you?
Yeah. So when I finally got to play this, I was like, oh my god, yeah, Naughty Dog doing more platforming? With better graphics?
Oh man.
Sorcery.
This ain't your dad's Crash Bandicoot, even though Jak, he kind of retains a bit of Crash's legacy, because he does have like a spin attack and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm not sure what these characters are kind of supposed to be. I always figured they were just like some kind of weird Bandicoot, human, furry hybrid kind of thing.
Like it's still in the Crash timeline, but 1,000 years down the line.
Yeah.
These are the evil guys. I honestly can't remember their names. I don't know why games of this era lack subtitles. It's really annoying, especially when you have 2 unfunny people. Well, 1 unfunny person, 1 being myself, talking over it.
Yeah, those 2 characters were Gaul and Maya. They're evil, as you can tell, by their floating and magic powers.
Jak doesn't talk. Daxter will be doing all the speaking in this game.
Yeah, he's sort of the wisecracking, loudmouth, comic relief kind of guy.
I forget, is Daxter Jak's brother or like his best friend?
Just like a best friend.
Okay.
Where did they go? Why did they build this crap?
Incredibly, he gets more annoying when, I probably shouldn't spoil what's about to happen, but you'll see.
What's about to happen? Tom, what are you talking about?
Just gonna be like this for the whole game. Yeah, we're just dealing with Salva right now, so I guess we should talk about when the game originally came out. We're playing the HD version on the PS3, but it originally came out, just after the PlayStation launched. December 3rd, 2001.
And this game was actually started way back in 1999 when they were still working on Crash Team Racing.
Oh, yes.
And they had 2 or 3 programmers at the time trying to work with the new technology and stuff like that. And then over time, they kind of focused more of their efforts on this, and then we got this.
I could immediately spoil what kind of creature Daxter is, but you will have to play the 3rd game to figure that out.
Yeah, they never tell you what he is in this game. I think it might have said it in a manual or something, but...
Oh no, it's a massive, massive spoiler, honestly.
Well, I mean, not that spoiler. I mean, what kind of animal he is.
That's right. And Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Eco is basically the energy that keeps the world running. There's many variations. Dark Eco is the one you want to stay away from. Daxter being the obvious result of what happens if you try to take a bath in it.
For comparison, just think of Eco as Mako energy from Final Fantasy VII.
Yes. Yes. Keeping it PlayStation, I like it.
Previous form. Call Acheron, the
So how did you get into the Jak series? Did you start with 1? What's your origin story?
I started with 1, and I actually started off from a demo disc. Yeah, remember those demo discs?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I got it with an old PlayStation magazine, and I tried it out, and it had one, I think it had one level, but I was just amazed at, Naughty Dog taking their kind of art style and charm and adding it to more of an open world, not open world, but, more large open area, because that's the kind of reason why I always kind of preferred Spyro to Crash a little bit, because you always had more rooms to run around and do stuff. So they kind of did a lot more of that with this series, and that was like the best of both worlds for me.
Well, you could call Jak and Daxter like an open world 3D platformer, because all the areas are kind of connected. And Crash was rendered in 3D, and you could move in 3D in certain sections, but it was more of like 2.5D for the most part.
Yeah, like Crash was more about like obstacle courses, really.
What's your opinion on, like, the Crash revival that's coming out, done by Activision, the Skylanders team?
I saw, I think I saw the trailer. I kind of like the design they used for it. It does look a bit more like, classic Crash, but with, more high-quality visuals. Never sure what to think of it just yet. I want to see some more, see some footage, some more trailers, just to kind of see what they're going to do with the remastered stuff.
Well, the trailer you saw was for Skylanders itself, so I imagine they'll try and be a bit more faithful to the Crash style and formula when he gets his own games. They're remastering 1 to 3, or Warped, as we like to call it in the trade.
No, I think you mean War!
Created and developed by Naughty Dog.
That's good stuff.
No, I miss those days. Okay, mate, talk us through the collectibles.
Well, Akira's kind of doing it here for us, but yeah, Precursor orbs are kind of like it's one of several collectibles. You need these you can buy stuff from people. That thing over there, for example, a power cell, you can use that to buy them from NPCs and the like.
Uh-huh. Are they basically like the jiggies of the game? They'll help you move forward, these power cells?
Pretty much. You gotta get X number of power cells to advance to this area, X number of power cells to move to the next area, and so on and so forth. That's, how you progress.
Now, for those of you who watched SGDQ 2016, that's Summer Games Done Quick, you will notice in the Japanese version of the game that Jak screams whenever he gets a power cell for some reason.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that the other day. He's just like, ah!
Ah! Fat macacos!
He's so hype about it.
There's kind of like a juxtaposition of like really like country bumpkin style one huts and whatnot combined with all these machines and the like. It's kind of charming, actually.
Yeah, because you see, Kira, who is the Green Sage's daughter, she seems to be very, not obsessed, but she loves mechanical stuff. So she has a lot of old Precursor technology around the house, and she's always trying to reverse engineer things. So she made those scout flies that you collect. She made this communicator. She does a lot of things, actually.
I got the IMDb list here, because no HFC playthrough is complete without some voice acting trivia.
Oh yeah.
Alright, we got Max Casella as Daxter, Anna Garduno as Kira, who I always thought was the voice for Patamon in Digimon, but I was proven wrong at one point,
Right,
I think.
it's Palmon.
Palmon, right. Wait, is that right?
Well, wait, did you say Patamon?
Oh no, Palmon and Tanimon. Huh, interesting. Yeah, the voice of Kira played Palmon and Tanimon. I guess I was right all these years.
Now here's something interesting about Jak's voice, though he doesn't really have much of a voice except for the usual ha and all that shouting and stuff, like Link basically. But he has an uncredited voice. It's by Aaron Lore. Do you know who that is, Tom?
No, I don't actually.
He did all of Max's singing in a Goofy movie.
Holy shit.
Yes. He is Max.
Jason Marsden, you lazy fuck, you couldn't sing it for yourself. Bill Farmer was out there putting in the work.
This vent will give you a full charge of Blue Eco, letting you use it for the maximum time.
Yeah, Blue Eco gives you a little bit of a pep, a bit of a charge, a bit of a zip.
In this game, it's all about using different types of eco to power machines, fight enemies and stuff. You're basically the avatar of this world.
Yeah. Closest comparison, I think.
Yep, everything changed when the Lurker army attacked.
should have you.
Cause the door to open. With Blue Eco, you can breathe energy into all kinds of precursor artifacts.
And there's loads of different things you can breathe life into. You just have to experiment as we go through the game.
Those little green balls of energy on the ground.
It's basically a tutorial area, guys. Don't worry, the world will open up soon.
Green Eco.
Yes, you see all those things in the distance, all those islands and buildings? You can go there!
You see that sand? You can walk on it.
You see that water? You can go in there. You don't want to go in there, but you can.
Jump once, then jump again in the air to reach even higher ledges.
Oh, I love me some double jumps in video games. I think my favourite instance of like a double jump in a video game, surprisingly enough, and you'll have to forgive me if I'm like misremembering this quote, is in Ultimate Spider-Man. There's a moment where you're out like doing the tutorial or training or whatever, and Peter's like, jump once and then jump again in midair to do a double jump. Sure, it breaks the laws of physics, but so does everything else I do. And, you know, he'd know, being a spidery man of sorts.
Training, boys, but that's nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
He hasn't even begun to learn how to use a gun. How can you even call yourself a PlayStation All-Star if you can't hold it sideways like a gangster?
Fine, fine. Adventure away then.
Make sure you collect stuff while you're out there, and by the by, I have a little errand I need you to do for me.
My darn green eco collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you?
So how do you like your 3D platformers? I mean, we talked about the benefits of collectathons, but you know, there's more skill-based ones. How do you take yours?
Well, personally, my favorite, PS2 platformer of this time was actually Ratchet and Clank, but with Jak, I think it was all about the exploration, Like, look at this. You can see the beach in the distance, you can see the jungle over there, just to run around, jump on stuff, collect stuff, get stuff. Just do all the things.
You just like the freedom, essentially.
Yeah, not too much freedom, but just enough.
Okay, I was like busy like trying to find the very definition of Blue Eco because we're talking over this. Blue Eco contains the energy of motion, and it is a hyperactive kinetic energy able to be invoked into machines and humans through electric discharge, and can be channeled by some human bodies, namely Jak. The Sage of Blue Eco is the Blue Sage. Thanks for that.
It's a good name. It's memorable. Hey, who controls Blue Eco? The Blue Sage. Got it. Noted.
For some type of switch.
She's just going to be tinkering with machines, telling us to go away and actually do some work for a change.
Yes, it's up to us to do all the work around here, because you're going to see the villagers of Sandover Village can't always get things done themselves.
That's a very 3D platformer kind of thing. Go here, find me a MacGuffin.
Hey Jak, go to the store and get my groceries. If you do, I'll give you a power cell.
I need a sandwich and a Pepsi. Music-wise, you can probably hear a little bit of, like, Crash, still in there somewhere. They haven't quite gotten out of their Crash Bandicoot roots. I would say, for better or worse, Jak 2 finally brought the series into its own, and the music for this game in particular was done by Josh Mansell, who specialises in, like, piano, drums, guitar, timpani, vibraphone, and percussion. He's still active, even today, and he did the music on Clifford the Big Red Dog.
The TV show?
Yeah, no, the live-action, the live-action horror movie.
No, I thought it was like a game or something. But yeah, Josh Mansell actually has a SoundCloud page where he's uploaded a few tracks from Jak and Daxter and Crash Bandicoot, and it's the pre-console mixes where before they had to lower the quality and change things around to make them, compatible with the game. It's like the highest quality versions of the original songs, and they sound way better.
I think it was like the PS3 where they could begin to stretch their musical legs, so to speak, and didn't have to compress it as much.
Now this. See those gears up there, boys? See them? See how they're not moving?
Oh, they're supposed to be moving. Okay, I thought that was a bit weird for a gear.
The eco beam coming from the jungle temple has been interrupted. And boys, everyone's too frightened to go out and...
Especially me, the gigantic coward.
Did you pay the bill?
Ho ho ho, humor. Good job, Dexter.
Oh, you're funny. Now look, if you two fix the eco beam, I'll give you a power cell.
Really?
Okay, that's enough for me. Let's go.
If by any chance you're interested in making a contribution to my re-election campaign, I might be willing to part with yet another power cell.
Donate to my Patreon. Get a power sale every month.
Oh, I love how the mayor has a Patreon. He doesn't need it. He gets funds through various sources, shall we say.
So yeah, you're gonna see a lot of that in this game. People in various villages and hub worlds want you to do stuff, and I just kind of find it funny that power cells are supposedly the most, powerful precursor artifact, and people just seem to have them lying around. And we kind of need them for this journey, but it's like, no, you can't have it unless you do this task for me.
Well, it's going back to the idea that these are just kind of simple country bumpkins. They have no scale. They don't know the scale of the world and what's at stake.
True, I guess they don't really know about the precursors and what they did and how they created the world and all that stuff.
But with her around, I see beauty in everything,
So yeah, this guy's lost his muse, which is a literal thing in this case, as opposed to being, a metaphorical thing.
If I recall correctly, it's like a small yellow animal. I was expecting it to be like a jewel or something.
We are not going back to Misty Island.
Yeah, I think he's getting a little bit of PTSD, remembering the time when he took a very wrong, very evil bath.
I'd imagine Dark Eco can't feel very good on your body.
Well, he didn't come out screaming or anything. He didn't even seem to realise he transformed.
It was probably quick and painless.
So explain to me, how you spaced out your recording. Like, what are we going to be seeing per part and so on?
Well, I tried to get at least 1 or maybe 2 levels in each video, depending on their length. Because some of them are longer than others, some are kind of short, some are like crazy long. Okay, see what just happened there? That happens every single time, and I don't know why. It's a glitch.
Oh my, what a horribly sick little bird.
Oh, that's not nice.
You look so good yourself, lady.
Oh, sorry.
I have to say, Daxter's, facial animations are a little bit uncanny in this first game. Granted, it was the first of its kind, and it released in 2001, so you can forgive it slightly.
Yeah, he's very angular, very pointy. But I think the game still kind of holds up over time. It has it's very stylized. It looks like the way it should, because it wants to look. If it wants to look like this, is how it looks.
It is no one's business but its own, and let's be fair here, it is a very cartoony kind of game. It will hold up better than, say, I don't know, what's another PS2 game that came out around this time? In fact, I'm going to look some up.
2001.
It's okay, mate, you don't have to stretch your brain. I'm looking now. Let's see. Notable releases. GTA 3.
Yeah, that game. I played a little bit of that. It doesn't look very nice, but it's still a pretty solid game.
Well, let's be fair, Vice City came out and pretty much blew it out the fucking
Yeah,
water.
yeah.
It's going to be a bit of a slow start until we can reach the other areas. Sandover Village, it's nice as far as hubs go, I guess, but most of the people here are kind of boring.
Well, it is a, simple farming village. I mean, here we are herding yak cows into a pen. That's how we, make a living.
Wait, yak cows?
Yeah, yak cows, as in some kind of strange combination of yaks and cows. That's gonna be a not too common thing, but something you'll see often where the animals of this world are kind of like weird hybrids of 2 animals.
That's also very Avatar-like.
I'm seeing some parallels. Sandover Village.
It's kind of boring. Don't worry, guys, it'll pick up in the next part. You'll notice my voice has been cutting out slightly. It's I tend to get a bit nervous around the start of a playthrough, and for whatever reason, no matter how much water I drink, my throat will just not open up. I don't know why.
Well, it certainly doesn't help when the game is being very slow right now. There isn't much to talk about, so it's not helping.
Put those flea bags back into the pen. Now I can sleep in peace. Take this power cell for your trouble.
Thanks for doing my job for me. Take this priceless, powerful precursor artifact and do with it as you will.
I like how Daxter does a little, like, new animation every single time. They hit a limit and, you know, they recycle it, but it's nice that it's not the same every time.
Yeah, you gotta love how Naughty Dog always has this thing for character animation. They love to just do crazy stuff like that.
I think everyone remembers Crash's little dance at the end of a level.
Mm-hmm. Very expressive, emotive. See, that's what I love about these kinds of things. It's, you know, when you go with something very stylized and cartoony, there's always a lot more just
Check out that
expression.
sculpture sitting on the rocks over there.
So when we get 7 of these fly things, that'll grant us another power cell, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to think of a comparison for that in, like, other 3D platformers, because you, when you pick up 100 of those, like, orbs, you get one, right?
Well, if you get 90 and you bring them to somebody, you get a power cell from that person.
Okay. Are you absolutely sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sage always goes on about. I hope they weren't as ugly in person.
Oh, Daxter.
The Oracle. Wait, one of you has the light within.
One of you can pay me. Pay me!
Look at these power cells. I bet you want them, don't you?
Present to me 120 precursor orbs for each power cell I contain.
Man, I gotta look up this guy's voice. I wonder what he's actually called in the list.
I think he's just called the Oracle.
The Oracle is voiced by Michael Gollum, Gollom. Not coming to mind. I would have said Jim Cummings, personally.
For a power cell. Let's get back and make the switch already.
So yeah, the Oracle wants 120 orbs, and the villagers want like 90. We've got a lot of orbs to collect if we want to pay all these people off.
Oh yeah, lots of people to pay. So we'll see you guys next time for more of Jak and Daxter. Bye for now.